Do I have to use this little mic? Can you guys hear me? Okay. I don't know if somebody put that out there.
It'll pick you up.
I think the break definitely helped us as a team get, regrouped. We got a lot of old people on this team, myself included. So I think that time, and Coach B gave us 4 days off after our last game in the Big East tournament. So that time off for me especially was very nice. We were able to work on things that in practice, when you're doing scouts, you don't necessarily have time to work on. So it gave us a lot of time to just focus on us.
You guys dominated. Sorry, Connor Court, you guys dominated defensively against Quinnipiac, forced them into a lot of turnovers. What was a part of the scout that allowed you guys to perform so well defensively?
Yeah, I think their point guard, number 14, she's a very good player, and I think, the head of the snake, not the snake, the head of the snake, and I think, our defense, Amari, did an amazing job on her and just limited her. I think they were trying to really get into those posts. Yaya did a really good job just trying to stop them.
As do you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think our defense just takes us, and we let it take over tonight.
Go ahead, Bill.
Savannah, talk about your performance tonight. You had a great game, 18 points, big rebounds on the boards. Elaborate on that.
Going into this game, Didi was talking about how the guards really needed to get in there and rebound, and we really did that. So that's really what I was focusing on. I was trying to let the game come to me. It wasn't the best shooting night, but, I did what I had to produce for my team and help us win. And that's all I really wanted, was just a win.
Go ahead, Joe.
For both Savannah and Seton, what led to the offensive exposure in the second half? You guys came out in the half very strong. What do you think was different there?
Our offense?
Yeah.
Okay. Just relaxing and just taking our time, trying not to force too much, just finding the open players and sticking to the game plan.
Mike?
How did you guys prepare for a good three-point shooting team in Quinnipiac?
I think that's been our kryptonite all year. So, like I said, having that time, I didn't even know we played 2 weeks ago, but having that time and just focusing on getting out on the three, just getting hand up. We have long guards, quick guards, so just being able to get our hand in their face and hopefully they stop making threes.
Any last ones for the players before I let them go?
You plan on watching the game tonight, or are you going to just let fate be?
I'm watching that game. Duh.
Let's go Portland.
Yeah, let's go Portland. One more time on Walsh. Let's go.
Ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations to Quinnipiac. 28 wins. Wow. They have a special team. Trish and I go way back, and Bill, Sully on their staff, and so much respect for their program. She's one of the top coaches in the country, and we caught them a little tired. Obviously, it's been a long year for both teams. I think playing at home was a huge advantage to us, and our crowd was amazing. And I want to thank specifically the band, which was full tonight, and the dance team and the cheerleaders. They must have sent me 10 or 15 DMs. They were all excited to come, and they make such a difference in our program. And then our fans. We had such a great crowd and such short notice. It made the difference. And I think, while it maybe didn't unnerve Quinnipiac, I think it gave us a little more oomph when both teams got tired, because we both got tired. You could tell Raviv is, just worn down from the whole year. Grisdale's a tremendous shooter, just got a little tired. And I have so much respect for Martin. I told Martin in the line that she's the key in my mind. As great as those other players are, and obviously Foley's a great player too, but Martin does so many little things, and we really focused on stopping her, and I thought we did a good job on that. But the kids have worked hard. We're tired, we're sore. Faith is literally playing on one foot. Seriously, if this was, in the off season, we'd probably have her sit for 2 months. But she doesn't want to come out, and Savannah, people counted her out a long time ago, and when she had that injury, and she fought hard to come back, I think when you look at someone like J.D. Eads, she's obviously an electric player, but she shot horrifically tonight and still had a double-double. And that says so much for her and her work ethic and her as a person. And, Caden off the bench was amazing. I thought Messiah Hunter played fantastic. I don't care what her numbers are. She was defensively and offensively. And look how Yaya's just gotten better and better. 5 rebounds, 4 blocks, 8 big points. It was, a big team effort. I know that's a long-winded answer, but all year, my former assistant who did the TV today asked me, "Are you nervous?" And I said, "Yes." She's like, "Why?" I said, "Because this group is the most special group I've coached here in 12 years." And I use that word very carefully. But they are really special. And I wanted them to win the game at home. It was important because our fans have been amazing. And these kids deserve to win the game here. And I hope we continue to win. I do, of course. But I was more nervous today than I've been all year because I wanted it for them. And they were fantastic.
Questions? Go ahead, Chris.
Coach, after obviously a frustrating point not making the NCAA tournament, how did your team find a real appreciation for what this season has been the last few days?
Well, I give Shaheen a lot of credit. He spoke to me at length and told me, some keys because they were disappointed last year. And we are disappointed, but we want to move forward and, relish the WBIT. Like, it's a great tournament. Like, I was just saying to a bunch of people how it's run, the excitement of it. Yes, making the NCAA is great, but you play at a neutral site and there's not a lot of fans there if you're not the host. Look at our fans. This is a great game. This is exciting. And I'll tell you, if we play Sunday, we're going to get sellout. So, and if we go, we play at Stanford. I mean, geez, this is awesome. Like, so for us, Shah just, he was great with me. And he just spoke about, moving on, relishing the opportunity to continue to play. He was great.
Joe?
Coach, can you talk a little bit about your game plan for Ravid? This is one of the best freshmen, not only in the MAC, but in the country as well. You held her to, 6 points left. And it's a fiery offensive player. How did you plan to stop her, and then how did you guys execute?
The staff always does a great job with the scout, and we have, some tremendous guards on our staff. And Dee Dee said it yesterday. I thought it was great. And I want to preface this by saying she's a great player. She really is. I want us to preface that. But Dee Dee said to the guards yesterday, "You guards play in the Big East, and you've played against Paige and Juju. If you guys can't stop her, maybe you should switch teams." And I was like, "Oh, I'm glad you said that." And she just said it as a challenge. You've played the best of the best of the best of the best. And this is what you want. And I know they took it personally. I mean, they had, rebounding-wise, 10 for Jada, 5 for Savannah, 9 for Amari, 8 for Caden. And Amari, there's not a better defensive guard in the country. And Amari was just like, if this kid's going to score, then we're going to do it. And I got to give a lot of credit to our GA. Zion was her all week. And at one point, the staff said to me, if she's better than Zion, then God bless her. And they weren't, because he's really good, and we busted our butt to guard him all week. So thanks to him too.
Coach, you out rebounded 46-33 on the boards. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, I think rebounding at this time of year is about determination, and just all out want. And like I said, I think our crowd gave us that energy. Taking nothing away from Quinnipiac. They're a fantastic team. But having our crowd, I think, just pushed us through. And I think the kids wanted to win very badly. And in the past, other teams, if you shot the way we shot, we were 1 for 19 at one point from 3, we would have just packed it in the defensive end. We wouldn't have been able to fight through. But Amari doesn't let us. Savannah doesn't let us. Jada doesn't let us. Yaya doesn't let us. And so on. So I give them a lot of credit.
Coach, you had a short rotation today. Is that by design?
I just think those kids were playing really well. I did. And I think, when it's, postseason time, there's no sense trying to rest Faith, Yaya, or Amari, or Caden for the future. They got plenty of time to rest in the next couple of weeks. So I'm just going to go with the seniors. It's nothing against the other kids. They're great players too. But at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in seniors. I really am.
Right.
Coach,
minutes for you had 6 assists in the entire game. Tonight you had 7 assists by 7 minutes into the second quarter. How much improved has the ball movement got over the past couple of days?
Yeah, Jose runs our offense. I give him a lot of credit, and we're just trying to talk about sharing the ball. And we're not a selfish team by any means, but we want to win so badly. Sometimes we take it upon ourselves. And today, I think we took a step back. The week of practice was great, just sharing the ball. I think a kid like Messiah makes a big difference. You look at her stats, like, what'd she do? She reverses the ball, she catches the ball, she moves the ball, she screens. Like, she's such an important part of this team. And next year, when she's scoring 10 or 15 points a game, which she will, I'm going to always still refer back to how important she was when she didn't score. So I think she's a big part of us sharing the ball. Even if she doesn't get the assist, she's very unselfish, and I think that leads to a lot. Nice to meet you.
You coached at Iona before coming here to Seton Hall. We've been following Coach Favre and the Bobcats the entire year. She talks about how the MAC is such an under-respected conference. I just wanted to understand your thoughts coming from Iona and now obviously coaching the Big East.
And I'm still friends with a lot of those people. And, the MAC is one of the best conferences in the country. I mean, Quinnipiac's an outstanding team. Look at their wins this year. I don't understand the net. I'm a big proponent of fighting about the net. I've formed a committee with the WBCA, and we're going to have someone explain the net to me, because I don't understand how you could be 28-4 and have wins that they have and have a net of 100. I'm confused. I'm confused that we finished in third place in our league, beat St. John's twice, had many more wins, and their net is one better than ours at 75. So I'm confused. So when you measure and you look at leagues and you start looking at nets, that's not fair. I think what you need to do is look at the players and the team. Quinnipiac shares the ball as well as anyone I've seen. They have tremendous post players. They have an all-American guard. Like I told you, I am a huge Grisdale and Martin fan. They are fantastic players. And you look at Fairfield. Look how well coached they are. Look how they move the ball. Look how they can play anyone in the country. So those two teams are fantastic. And then look at the improvement at Siena under a new coach. They've done a great job. Iona, which is where I came from, has my former point guard as their coach, and they're going to do well. There's a lot of great teams. And I was saying to Sully before the game, no one understands how hard the MAC is until you go on a road trip to Siena, or until you go to the Buffalo road trip and you have to play on Friday and Sunday against Canisius and Niagara. That's not measured in net or what they feel is important in terms of like how your game looked or how you were measured. How about you try and go on the road Friday night and Sunday afternoon and play at Niagara and Canisius? You try doing that. It's a really hard game. Those are hard games. Playing at St. Peter's. I wouldn't go there right now if you gave me money. I hate that place. But it's hard. It's a great league, and you have great coaches in this league too. Look how many great coaches are in this league, and no one's a better friend to me in the basketball world than Brian Georges. And, he started off this great run. And then you have a team like Quinnipiac, which went to the Sweet 16. And you have a program now at Fairfield, which was great under Diane Nolan, then Joe Frager, and now, under Carly Thibault. So you have great coaches and great things. And no one has more respect for the league. I knew how hard this game was. Brian apologized to me. He's like, yeah, sorry, I got you a really good team. And I said, Brian, everyone's really good at this point. But I knew we'd have to play really well. And we did. This is the best defensive we've played in a long time. Our kids took this really, really to heart, how hard they had to play.
One more, guys. Anybody? No, we're good.
And I want to thank everyone again. You all were amazing. Thank you.